A lot of times I feel like there's so much I want to say and such little time to say it in, or I guess I make little time. So, what is on my heart today is when I actually it's been out there for a minute, but when I think about going out and I hear people cursing at their kids or yelling at them or just calling them names or just walking like dragging them or walking in front of them too fast or just anything like that, that just really brings up a lot of stuff for me. And one of the things I've learned is, and I've done it too to my kids, and what really made me stop is when I saw the look of just um, fear on my son's face one day. He was very young. I think he might not even been 5 years old. And just over something silly like spilled milk. So spilled milk. All kids spill milk. And I just knew at that moment that I did not want to be that kind of a parent. I was stressed as a single parent and having two little kids to take care of and still work full time and just not really knowing what I was in for caused me a lot of stress and anxiety and fear, just to be honest with you. And I, I took it out on my kids without really meaning to. But when I saw that look of fear on my son's face, I was just like, I am not going to do this. I have to do better. And, I know I was afraid of my mom. And, we got cursed at, we got yelled at, you know. And I think one of the things that I learned or I thought was that I didn't matter. As a kid, I didn't matter. It was all about what adults wanted in my life. And I think that's why, maybe I didn't tell about the abuse that I suffered to anybody outside because I felt like I didn't matter. If I didn't matter to my own mom, then who else was I gonna matter to? And so I feel like it's my job as a mother to make sure that my kids know that they matter, that their feelings matter, that they matter, that what they want matter. They may not always get it, but it's my job to at least hear them out and then talk about whether or not it's possible in this moment. And so I think that is building skills that they're going to need as they negotiate life. And now that they're older, I feel like, they can voice their opinion even though they may not like what I'm going to say. But I respect them. And I think a lot of times, I'm not going to say a lot of times, I'm just going to speak about myself, that I was not respected as a person. And even though I was a kid, I still had thoughts and feelings and emotions that I needed to be able to identify, recognize, and work through. And, again, I tell people this is not about blame. My mom couldn't give me what she didn't get. Is there a part of me that's angry at her? Of course. Is that rational? No. Okay. So I can have a thought, I can have a feeling, and it not be rational, but it can still be how I feel. And that's okay. But the question is, how do I allow that to not control the way that I treat myself or I treat my children or I treat other people? And I'm still working on this, still a work in progress. I am not saying that I have all the answers because there's some people who still trigger me. And when they trigger me, I know that I'm being triggered. And so being able to just really get honest with myself and I know honesty is so important versus being in denial about what it is I'm feeling. And I feel like I've a lot of times just pushed the feelings down because I didn't want to deal with them and I didn't know how to deal with them. And so that's all a part of my counseling, personal counseling journey, and that's also what I want to be able to help other people understand. It's not about blame. You know, people say, "Oh, my mother's my best friend," and that's great. If that's your experience, that was not my experience. But there was a lot of stuff that I didn't get, and that's facts. Those are facts. It's not about feelings, it's facts. And the fact may be that my mom didn't get it either, and that's a fact. But the question is, when am I going to break the cycle? And I really feel like I've been able to break the cycle in my own with my own kids because I let them know that they matter. I let them know that I want to hear what they have to say, even though I may not agree with it. And even though they may not agree with me, but they can tell me, Mom, that's your opinion and that's true. But I also know that they're going to learn some lessons, and those are the things that they have to learn. But I don't want to be an obstacle in their journey. And I hope that people can resonate with this. And again, this is all about being able to navigate this life and the things that we're going to encounter and being able to help other people along on their journey. So that's all I needed to say today. Thank you for listening. Have a blessed day.